Hi guys, I hope that you're having a fabulous day. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming at you with my latest obsessions, so I hope that you enjoy it. If you do, make sure and give it a thumbs up. And without further ado, let's get started, shall we? Some of these items I've had for a few months, others I've had for a couple of weeks, but they are still obsessions nonetheless. I do have handbags and small leather goods, and I think I'm going to start off with the handbags first because I know that's what I would want to see first. And you guys are going to hear obsessed, in love, amazing a lot throughout this video, so I don't know if you guys want to keep count, but I am just letting you know. All right, so let's begin with the handbag, and the first one is the Gucci medium horsebit hobo. I am obsessed with this bag. How long have I had it? A couple of months, and it is absolutely fantastic. I'm obsessed with the large one as well, don't get me wrong, but I really end up gravitating towards this one a lot more because of the size. I think it is fantastic for every day. What I really love about this bag the most, not only is it very comfortable, but I like the fact that it fits not only my small leather goods, but it fits my large SLGs as well. And I feel like maybe it's because I'm kind of getting into like this whole bigger bag thing, even though I've always loved big bags. But I think I've spent so much time with the mini bags and the BB bags. I think that they're great, that now that I'm using my larger SLGs, there's just something different. I feel like those SLGs just hit different when it comes to a large bag. Do you guys feel the same way? Let me know in the comment section down below. Maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know. But I love that it fits everything. Even when I have it fully loaded, it's still very comfortable because this material is so insanely lightweight. I've used it as a shoulder bag, as a hand carry bag on the crook of my arm, every single way possible that you can carry this bag. I mean, not like there's an eternity, right? But every way that you can carry this bag, I have, and every single time it is so insanely comfortable. Now this strap, even though this strap is a little bit on the thick side, and you do have quite a bit of hardware going on, and that hardware does have some good weight to it, it's not uncomfortable, it's not cumbersome whenever I do carry it on my shoulder. I don't feel that it's, it digs into my skin by any means whatsoever. This to me is a perfect grab and go, don't worry about it, don't think about it type of bag. Perfect for every day, perfect to run errands with, or whatever it is that you want to do. I think it is fantastic. And I mean, look at the space. Look at the space. I love that it's just one giant compartment. I can fit everything in here and then some. I love that I can see everything at a glance. And I don't find that this is too fussy either. And it kind of takes away from how much I can see in my bag. Definitely not, because look at that. It's still quite spacious. So I think it's fabulous. I think it is absolutely fabulous. Every time I wear this bag, I get so many compliments. Just the other day, I had someone say, "Oh my God, I haven't seen that bag in forever. Where did you get it?" So we started talking about bags, but I think it's great. Now I am absolutely like head over heels in love with hobos this year. And actually, I feel like I have a little bit of a theme going on in today's video, which you guys are gonna see with my other bags. If you are thinking about going for this bag, I highly, highly recommend it. I think it is absolutely fabulous, 100%. And I can seriously see myself getting another one, adding another one to my collection. Maybe I'll go for leather this time, who knows? Moving on to the next bag, because like I said before, I definitely have a little bit of a theme going on, but that bag is the Louis Vuitton Slouchy MM in the monogram canvas. Oh yeah, baby. I've had this bag, what, a couple of weeks? And in those 2 weeks, I've been using it like crazy. The very first day that I used it, the very first day that I opened it up, I used it for an entire week. I'm sure some of you guys are like, ooh, big deal. You used a bag for a week. No, you don't understand. I'm the type of person that I like to switch out my bags daily. I get very, very stir crazy. So for me to use the same bag for a week, that's almost unheard of, but that is how obsessed I am with this bag. I feel like Louis Vuitton 100% knocked it out of the park with the silhouette. It's fabulous, absolutely fabulous. It's comfortable, it's spacious, it fits everything that you need. I don't know, man, but I love it. I love the slouch that it has, everything about it. So far, in my opinion, again, I haven't had it for very long, so we'll see if my opinion changes, but this for me has no cons. I feel like there are just check marks, crossed off all across the board because it is just so insanely wonderful. And I sincerely hope that it becomes so popular that they decide to release it in Damier Azur. Can you imagine how beautiful this bag would be in Damier Azur or Damier Ebene or in empreinte leather? I don't know, man, but I just, wow. Wow. I feel like everything that I've been looking for a new handbag from Louis Vuitton, they got it. They did it with the slouchy, you know what I mean? Because I feel like, for the last couple of years, they've introduced some bags, and of course, I picked up some bags along the way, but I feel like there's some bags I'm like, oh, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like that, right? I can switch this, I can switch that. But with this one, I love everything about it. everything about it. It's wonderful. But I mean, it's so insanely comfortable. I have loaded this bag up. I've carried everything in the kitchen sink. And even then, it is still ridiculously comfortable, really because of this strap. I like that it's a little bit wider. It's not too skinny and it's flat, but it's still very, very comfortable and it doesn't dig into your skin by any means whatsoever. I love it. I love it. Now, I did go to Louis Vuitton and I asked to see if I can get this hot stamped and they said, that's a no-go. They said it's a little too thick, so I was a little bit bummed out. And sometimes I do prefer to carry it without the luggage tag or the lock and just have it opened up and I carry like a little charm on here, but I think it's great. Sometimes, actually most of the time, I don't end up using this zipped up, kind of like what I told you guys earlier. I like to have that quick, easy access, but you can see everything that's going on in this bag and it's awesome. It is absolutely wonderful. Now, I've had some people ask if I feel like this is too close to the Graceful. I might be the only person on the planet that feels that this bag looks nothing like the Graceful. The only similarity is that they're both hobos. To me, that's like someone saying, oh, those two girls look exactly the same because they both have brown hair. No, like they have completely different features. This has the dual zippers. This also has a longer strap drop. So they do have some type of similarity because they're both hobos, and the Graceful isn't too large. I think it's a fantastic size, and I've heard some wonderful things about the Graceful. But again, I feel like they are totally different. So if you do have the Graceful in your collection and you're contemplating going for the slouchy and you feel like it's too similar, again, the only thing is that they're both hobos, but I feel like they are vastly different. And they offer, each one has something that they bring to the table, something different to the table. At least that's the way that I see it. I absolutely love that it does have the red microfiber lining. I know some people are like, oh, I like it except for the red microfiber, but seeing as how I'm obsessed with the color red, for me, this was right on my alley. And to be completely honest with you, I was shocked that they didn't have the brown microfiber or they had some other color because they rarely add like a pop of color to new monogram handbags. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh my God, that's like an extra bonus. But I think it's great. I think it's absolutely wonderful. And I like that it still has a little bit of structure, even though it has so much of the slouch going on. And I'm even happier that I went for the MM instead of the PM. I was kind of going back and forth. Should I go for the PM? Because the PM still has an awesome size for it as well. It's not tiny. So I was like, oh, I think that might work. But again, because my heart belongs to these big old bags, I was like, yeah, I have to go for the MM. And I don't feel that, even though it is quite large and it is quite massive, I don't feel that it's overwhelming. I don't feel like this bag swallows me whole whenever I carry it. Definitely not. But this silhouette to me feels classic. This to me feels like what Louis Vuitton kind of stepped away from for a few years, because for the last few years, I feel like they're like, okay, let's do something insane. Let's do something crazy. Let's add all these bells and whistles and do this and this. And they're trying to like top each bag. And I feel like with this, it's so simple, but this I feel is what many of us have been looking for when it comes to a new Louis Vuitton bag. Again, I might be crazy. These are just my 2 cents, but that is exactly how this bag made me feel when I saw it. And when I opened it up, dude, you guys saw, I feel like my jaw hit the floor because I was like, this is it. This is it. I can seriously see this bag right up there with the Louis Vuitton Neverfull. That is how this handbag makes me feel. Like, that's crazy to me, especially for the short amount of time that I've had it. So as I said before, I sincerely hope that this bag becomes so insanely popular that they decide to release it in all these other prints and all these materials, because I think it is absolutely fantastic. So if you ask me now, do I recommend it? 100% I recommend it. Moving on to our third bag, no surprise here, it is yet another hobo. I, of course, am talking about the Coach Hamptons hobo in the beautiful red leather. So this bag has been absolutely amazing. This leather is sublime, okay? It is delicious. As I told you guys in the unboxing video, this is the type of leather that when you first get it, it's a little bit stiff, or I shouldn't say stiff, it has a little bit more structure, but the more and more that you use the bag, the softer it gets. And when it gets to that soft type of leather, that's when it's really, really good. At least that's the way that I feel about it. But it's been absolutely amazing. This color is perfect. The combination with the hardware is perfect. And I really like the fact that it doesn't have the C's all over the bag. I think that because it's so simple, it just the beauty of the leather just sings right on through, you know, and I think it's wonderful. Now for me, I actually don't like to use it closed up. I don't find that this is too annoying, but I can see that if someone wants to get in and out of their bag, they're just like, dude, I have to deal with this thing. So I can kind of see both ways, but for me, it's not not a deal breaker, but I do prefer to use it opened up, and I do prefer to have the zipper opened up as well. But I've been able to fit a good amount of items in here. I mean, I'm not saying that you're gonna fit everything and the kitchen sink, but still, I've been able to fit all of my essentials and then some without any issues. Sometimes when I do have it fully loaded, I feel like I can see like the silhouette of some of my SLGs inside. But this leather, again, because it is so forgiving, you don't have to worry that you're gonna leave this gnarly indentation or anything along those lines whenever you take your items out. But it's awesome. It smells even more fantastic than the leather feels, if that's even possible, you know, but I think it is absolutely wonderful. And I am seriously thinking about getting the green one for Christmas for myself, a gift from me to me, because I feel like that green is haunting my dreams. I've had some of you guys message me on Instagram. You're like, Minnie, I bought the green one. And I'm like, oh, I'm so jealous. I want to get the green one too. But the red one, of course, you guys know, my heart belongs to red. And this is like the perfect red. I don't feel like it's too bright. It's not like screaming at you, and it's not too dull either. And again, paired with this beautiful hardware, it is just wonderful. And I really do like that you do have a little bit of adjustment on the strap. I don't find that it's too high up on my torso. I don't find that it's too close to my armpit either, and I don't have to worry that I'm going to be rubbing on it either. But I love it. I love the silhouette that it has. Again, I'm going back to the whole hobo thing. They seriously have me in a chokehold this year, or at the end of the year, but I think it is great. And I know that this is a reissue, but I really like the small details that they added to this one versus the original. I'm not trying to take anything away from the original by any means whatsoever, because that original is, of course, the OG status when it comes to the Coach Hamptons hobo. But still, I like the adjustments that they did to it, because I feel like it makes it just a teeny tiny bit more user-friendly. I feel like this bag really brought me back to when I first started getting into Coach many moons ago. You guys know it was my first love. That's exactly how this bag makes me feel. And maybe it's because of that sweet nostalgia that makes me enjoy it even more. It could be. But in general, I really love everything about it. I love the silhouette. I love the color, everything. But it's just, it kind of just takes me back. It takes me back to my roots, my roots of handbag collecting. I don't know, but I think it is absolutely wonderful. And again, the quality of leather that you're getting for the price that you're paying for this bag, it is absolutely insane. 100%. But what about you guys? Have you purchased any new Coach handbags lately? And did you start with Coach, and do you feel the same thing? I don't know. I feel like it's just that sweet nostalgia that makes those items that much more fantastic, that much more fun to enjoy this time around. Now, the last bag that I want to share with you, you guys might think that I'm nuts, but the only reason why I am sharing it is because maybe you're the same way that I am, and this might help you out. And no, this is not a sponsored video, although how fantastic would it be if the company decided to sponsor me. But anyways, I am the worst when it comes to reusable bags, okay? The worst. I'm the type of person that I go into a store, especially like a grocery store, knowing that I'm gonna be walking with crap out, or Target. I completely forget that I have a legion of reusable bags in the back of my car. I go into the store and then I come out and I'm trying to juggle like 20 different things at once, right? However, because of these reusable bags, I feel like I never forget them. On the contrary, I feel like I am so excited. I can't wait to bust them out because they have pictures of my babies. Oh yeah. So I shared these on Instagram. What was it like? I want to say it was like probably 4 or 5 months ago, something like that. But like I said, I am the worst with reusable bags. They could be the cutest ones, but I always forget about them. But when they have pictures of my babies on here, there is no way I'm gonna forget them. But I got these on Shutterfly. I think that they were $19.99, and they have like coupons all the time. So I think I paid 16 bucks. I have a total of 8. All right, 8 different reusable bags, but I have some of Edward and I have some of Theodore, but look at this. Oh, I love it. I love it. The Hubs uses them as well. So I feel like it's never a struggle for me to remember the reusable bags, because when I know, oh, I'm gonna go to the grocery store, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna go to the farmer's market, I'm gonna bust out Theo, or I'm gonna bust out Edward, and it's like, dude, this is awesome. But on this one, I put my Sunshine Theodore Alexander, and like I said, 20 bucks, dude, 20 bucks, and they're pretty spacious, they're pretty comfortable. I have different pictures of them on the 8 that I have, but look at that. pretty spacious. And I love that this is very generous because I know that there's some reusable bags that are so short whenever I go to put them on. And if I'm going to the grocery store, if I forget something, usually it's a ton of fruit in here. And when I have those really rinky-dink small handles, they're super uncomfortable, but these are so long and they are perfect. So see what I mean? They are awesome, but the best part is to have the baby's pictures on here. So I don't know, maybe you guys are like me, maybe you forget those reusable bags, but I never forget them anymore. I never forget them. And for 20 bucks, dude, that's not bad. Plus, I think that this would make a fantastic Christmas gift. And it doesn't have to be of your fur kiddo. It can be of your family. It can be of, you know, a vacation that you took. You took this really cool picture, what have you. They have so many different like formats that you can pick from. But for me, I loved it. Look at that. Look at that. It's so beautiful. I love it. I love it. So again, I just want to share that little tidbit with you again, in case you are just like I am and you're always like, damn it, I forgot the reusable bags. Moving on to small leather goods, with the first item being the Louis Vuitton desk agenda in the monogram canvas. I picked this up, what was it, 5 or 6 months ago? No, I think it's been a little bit longer than that, right? I can't remember. But this has been absolutely phenomenal, okay? Phenomenal. I think it's amazing. Now, at first I thought that this might be a little too similar to my GM agendas, but it's not. It's very different in the best possible way. Now, I did do some MacGyvering, or I should say the hubs helped me to do some MacGyvering, because we added a spiral notebook in here. We added like 3 different things from 3 different planners in here to make it work for me, because I am personally using it as a planner for my finances, and it's been wonderful. But yeah, so we ended up using the spiral notebook. I prefer the spiral notebook over getting the rings, because I think that the rings make it a little bit more, they make it a little bit bulkier, and I wanted something a little bit more flat, something a little bit more easy to use, and I think this is definitely it. So the spiral notebook is actually from Graphic Image, and I talked about that notebook when I did the unboxing on this. That paper is absolutely fantastic. By far some of the best paper I have ever come across in my life. But anyways, so I have a few different things going on. I also have just the plain paper in here, but this is awesome. And the reason why I feel like this is so different from the GM agenda is because the GM agenda, you have a little bit more security because you do have that snap button closure, and you also have the pen holder. But I like this because it's able to lay flat on my desk, and it makes it a little bit easier to use, you know? Whereas with the rings that I have on the agendas, sometimes I feel like those get in the way whenever I'm writing in the stuff for, you know, for my planner or whatnot. But with this, I feel like it's just a plain piece of paper or whatever I have in here, and it makes it that much easier to use. And I thought about adding a pen holder on here, but I decided against it. And I just have, I have like a million pens on my desk anyways, but I just like it like this. It's very simple, but again, very, very easy to use. So for me personally, I like the desk agenda for personal things if I'm gonna leave it at home, and I prefer the GM agenda, or an agenda with the snap button closure, if I'm going to be using it for work, which that's what I use my GM agendas for. I use them for work every single day. And that to me gives it a little bit more of a security feature. And I also use those agendas, and I constantly have them in my work bag. So I like that aspect. I like that privacy aspect of the agenda to use outside of the house. And in the house, I prefer this because it makes it so much easier to get in and out of it, so much easier to write down whatever it is that you need. So if you decide to use this as a planner for your finances, if you decide to use this as a journal, I think that this is wonderful. I think that this is by far one of the best things to use as a journal instead of an agenda, instead of the notebook or whatever those notebooks are that Louis Vuitton has. Again, because it's just simple, it's plain, and you don't have to worry about any type of bulkiness on here whenever you go to write down whatever it is that you have to write down. So it's awesome. It is absolutely amazing. And I was like, oh, maybe I should get another one. But I'm like, why am I going to get another one? There's no need for me to get another one. But that is how fantastic I think that it is. I took out a bunch of stuff, but the spiral notebook that I have in here is definitely the best one. Again, because those rings can get so bulky. But I think it's awesome. By far, some of the best money that I have spent on a small leather good for Louis Vuitton, in my opinion. Now, this next item, I'm not going to spend too much time on it because I talked about it in my latest obsessions, but really it's the color that draws me in every single time. And I haven't been using this one as a bag as I did the other two. This one, I've strictly been using it as a catch-all or as a cosmetics case. And I, of course, am talking about the Longchamp Le Pliage cosmetic pouch in the beautiful burgundy, all right? I told you guys in that last video video. The burgundy was haunting my dreams. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I decided to go for it. What was it, like a week after or 2 weeks after that video? I can't remember, but I love this. This is perfect for fall. It goes with all of my monogram bags. It goes with all of my black bags. And again, I've been mostly using it as a catch-all or as a cosmetics case inside of my handbags. And it's awesome. I've told you guys before that these are so insanely durable and they have such a friendly price point for the quality that you're getting. And I love that you have a variety of different colors that you can go for. So I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. Have you guys picked up those Longchamp bags? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you did, what color did you go for? All right, let's keep moving. Now the next item is the Chanel Small O pouch in the black caviar leather with a champagne gold hardware. I actually picked this up, I think it was last year, and I used it quite a bit last year, but over the last 2.5 months, this has been in heavy rotation in all of my bags, and I think it is awesome. Now you guys know that I usually end up carrying the mini O pouch because this is perfect to use inside of my smaller bags and whatnot, but because again I've been really digging and really feeling these larger bags, this has been even better. But what I really like about this one is that it does have a couple credit card slots on one side and then it has another little slip pocket, whereas the other one is just an open compartment. But this one I mostly end up using as a large wallet, or I end up using as a cosmetics case, because this definitely has a little bit more give, even though it is a little bit on the slender side. It does have a little bit more play, so I don't feel that the items get too bulky in here, but I think that these are great. I think that the name is a little misleading because it says that this is small. This is definitely not a small O pouch. I feel like this, yeah, this is the mini. This should be like the small, you know what I mean? This to me feels like it's more like a medium or a large, but look at the difference between them. Look at that. That's a huge difference. But I swear by these O pouches. I swear if I could have every single one that they've ever made in every single color, I would be the happiest person on the planet. Because I feel like they're so insanely versatile. You can use them as a wallet, as a catch-all, as a cosmetics case for your keys or what have you. I don't know, but I think that they're great. I love the smooth zip that it has. When I was talking to the sales associate, she had mentioned that they're going to be releasing these more than they are the minis. I don't know if that's necessarily true or not, but if that's the case, that makes me very happy because I feel like you get just a little bit more bang for your buck with these. But again, if you are looking to use something in all of your bags, I feel like the mini size is definitely the way to go. But this is perfect for those medium big bags 100%. Now the last item, but definitely not the least, is a discontinued Louis Vuitton cigarette case in the monogram canvas. So I picked this up about a month and a half ago and it's been fabulous. I've been using it nonstop. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you've seen it a million times, but I can't get enough of it. I had wanted this thing forever and a day. Anytime I was on any pre-loved site, I'd see it pop up and I'm like, oh, I really like it, but they were always trashed. But when I came across this in the condition that it was in and at the price that it was, I was like, dude, I have to get it. I have to get it because I got it at an insanely fabulous price. But this is awesome. And I saw myself using this more of like a catch-all, as a lipstick holder, as a wallet, what have you, because you know me, I like to incorporate different pouches into my collection. I don't know what it is about pouches that I'm obsessed with. Let me know if you guys are the same way. There's just something about them. I like, if I could carry a million different pouches in my bag, I would, all right? Like that's how obsessed I am with pouches. But anyways, I saw myself using it various ways because I felt like it was a very versatile small leather good, and it's been exactly that. I have used it as a wallet. I have used it as a lipstick holder, and I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a demo just in case you want to add one of these to your collection as well. But this is in awesome condition. This is actually from 1997, and for the condition that this is in, it's like unheard of. There is like no fraying on here. There are no pop stitches. That's insanity, right? Absolute insanity. But let me give you guys a little demo. So I have 3 different lipsticks here, and it fits the taller lip glosses, no problem. It fits the thicker lipsticks, no problem. But here I have the 3, okay? And I push them all the way down, and boom, you're good to go. You are done. I love this. And I want to give you guys another little quick demo because I don't want to talk your ear off too much. But if you wanted to use it as a little card holder, although it might be a little bit difficult, but you can fit your cards in there, no problem. And then you just shut this bad boy Da, 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 and you are good to go. Dude, I love it. I feel like there are a million different ways that you can incorporate this item into your collection, but I think that they are fabulous. I think I might end up going for another one to use. I don't know. You know me. I'm all about backups for backups for backups. Will I find one in this condition at this price point? Probably not. But I am so happy that I decided to add it to my collection. And I don't know, it's just the whole vintage thing, all right? Whether it's handbags or small leather goods, I am having such a blast finding some of these gems, and especially at the prices that I'm finding them in and the condition that they're in as well. There's just something so exhilarating about finding them, you know what I mean? That maybe it makes it a little bit more enjoyable to use them that way, who knows? But I love this little cigarette case. So obviously I don't smoke, but I was like, that's not gonna stop me. That's not gonna stop me because I can use this thing in so many different ways. But I do also want to have an honorable mention in today's video, and that is, of course, the Coach Rowan, the classic, the regular size Coach Rowan. Even though between the two Coach bags that I recently added to my collection, I've been using the Hamptons Hobo a lot more, this guy isn't too far behind. I love this Rowan. I think it's amazing. This leather, look, it's squishy soft, and it still goes right back to its shape. It's awesome, but this maple color is phenomenal. I love the beautiful silver hardware that it has, or like that little matte silver hardware. I think it adds to the beauty of it. But what I love about this bag the most, and I talked about it in the unboxing video, is how spacious it is. And I like that this is a little bit more generous for the opening as well, instead of the Speedy. So I just wanted to throw that out there again, just in case you're also thinking about the Rowan. But I think it is wonderful, and I'm so happy that I decided to add this one to my collection. I still think about the large one. I definitely do. I'm not gonna lie. I think about the large one, and maybe if they had the large one in a different color, I might go for it. But for now, that one has been absolutely fantastic. But anyways, that does it for my latest obsessions. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope I was able to give you a little bit more info on these items, especially if you're looking to add any of these beauties to your collection. I will add some links so that way you guys can check out these items for yourselves. But I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already and you would like to, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys in my next one. And as always, make it a fabulous day or not, the choice is yours. Have a great day.